Hi, everybody. This is Lowell with a final thought about your creative musical journey. And we've talked about from the very beginning of the initial idea to the development of that idea and then bringing people along. And finally, you want to be able to distribute the final product once you've gathered people and you're recording or you're rehearsing with them and gathering them uh, to put the ideas together in a cohesive way that sounds good. Then what you want to do is you want to capture that idea. You want to capture that moment. Um, I had a situation where I had written this piece for full orchestra, and it was a fairly complex piece, and the orchestra worked pretty hard to get it done. It was around Christmas time, and they I just insisted that we record the rehearsals leading up to the concert, and it turned out that there was an ice storm on the day of the concert, and the concert had to be canceled. And I was really happy that I got a recording of it, and I was able to piece that together and create a good demo recording of what the piece did. But uh, nevertheless, do everything you can to try to capture the moment, whether it's a live concert or whether it's actual recording, set aside recording time. You want to try to capture it as best as you can, even just something simple like a stereo, set of mics, or even just something, like your phone or some field recorder. Just do anything you can to get a recording of the actual piece. Even if it's not the greatest recording, just having something that you can show somebody else will help propel the work down the road historically or into the future for somebody else. If somebody else had a desire to perform it, then you've given them a fighting chance to do it again and to give them something they can stand on to recreate the work. So I encourage you to do everything you can to try to get a good recording. And recording is pretty much out of the scope of this series. There's just an entire uh, bunch of knowledge that you need to have in order to get an excellent recording. And people have studied this for, as you probably know, for many years, many college level courses, and as well as a lot of street level knowledge and very successful recording artists and recording studios out there that can give you great knowledge on how to do that. The other thing I want to leave you with in this video is the concept of actually distributing it out into the world. And again, that's a whole nother subject that can be delved into regarding social media. I've personally used my own website for distribution, as well as YouTube, and the combination of those two things with other social media platforms has allowed me to sell some of my music online. And the whole concept of copyright is surprisingly is there's no such thing as international copyright law. There's American copyright law, and one of the people that really has helped establish that was a composer in the early 1900s named John Philip Sousa. He really lobbied Congress to help the artist, the creator in America, actually be recompensed fairly and successfully. So he influenced American copyright laws, but there's no such thing as international copyright laws. Every country has to deal with that subject in itself. And now with the internet, you can put your music around the world, but in terms of protecting it, in my opinion, it's a toss-up as to how you protect yourself. You can pursue copyright in the Library of Congress, but that's a whole other area of study. The point that I'm trying to make here is just make sure to give your work the opportunity to touch as many lives as possible. In the end, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to inspire beauty, inspire creativity in other people, inspire them to be touched by beauty, be touched by a new thought, be touched by something that will help them in their life and their journey forward. And so, as as you can reach as many people as possible, that's the goal, in my opinion. It's not, how can you protect your idea? There's so many ideas floating around everywhere, and the internet has made it possible for many people to get their ideas out. And so it's really not so much about protecting an idea as it is influencing people as much as possible for good. And I just encourage you to have that mindset, to have a mindset of touching people, and allowing that still small voice that you started out with of inspiration to be sent out into a megaphone, into touching as many people as possible. And I think that's probably the artist's greatest joy, is to know that his creative process has actually been a blessing and touched somebody else's life.